Today we have a 1997 Nissan Pathfinder stereo in the shop. This was also seen in many Bose systems through Nissan and Infiniti. In most cases the CD player is not working on this, but in this case we have a backlight problem. But I'm going to show you how to repair the backlight problem for this radio and what's involved in parts and so on. We're going to start with our small Phillips screwdriver and remove one screw on the top of the unit on the cover here. The reason for removing the covers is that there are several clips that hold the front face on, and we need to remove the face. So with the top screw removed, we can go around to little pry points along the sides of this cover and pry this cover up, and this will allow us to lift the cover up and remove it. At this point as well, you could take a Q-tip to the laser eye, which is located about right here. So we're going to go in and touch that laser eye up, make sure we get any dust that might be on there. And I do see, believe it or not, if you see anything on the Q-tip, that means the laser was dirty, and I do see a little dirt there. We're also going to remove the bottom cover. This bottom cover also requires removal of one screw. This stereo has also been seen in the shop for the display not working, the push buttons not working, and I'll touch on those problems as well when we get down to them here. Again, we're going to pry the edges of this cover up and off of the radio, because there are, like I say, several hooks, two on the bottom here that hold the front face on, and two on the top. Now that we have all those done, we're going to take our small flathead screwdriver, and you can see what these tabs somewhat look like. We have two more on each side, and we're going to push these tabs down, down, and out, so it pushes the face off. We're going to do this to both on the left side here, and this will help remove the face. We don't want to remove it straight off because there is a connector in the front that has to align. We're going to do the same here for this side, and this comes straight off. Now what we have here is two connectors in the front, and when the face goes back on, you have to line the tabs on both sides, make sure the metal clips go inside the face on both sides, and then you push the face straight on. Now we've removed the face, and for problems with the display not working and so on, usually this is going to be poor solder along the display crystal. The display crystal sits in about here. You can see all the solder joints along this. Make sure you touch up the end ones that seem to separate themselves from the rest of the pattern. Also, the two connectors that go into the front, these cause a lot of problems with being poor solder on them and so on. And you can touch up the solder down the edges of each one if you're having display or other problems. Now we're going to remove this circuit board, and we're going to start with this little piece of plastic off to the side here and pull this up. Hopefully it still has some glue on it, so when we put it back it'll isolate or insulate against the ribbon on the front of the cable that goes from the CD player to the stereo. So before we remove these screws, we're going to come over to the volume knob, and we're going to, with finger pressure, pull this knob straight off. There we go. And that's going to allow us to remove the circuit board in a moment or two. Now we're going to remove 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws along this circuit board and see how many light bulbs we need to replace in this unit. We have other removal videos and stereo repair videos on our website at carstereohelp.com. We're also going to list where you can find the parts to replace these bulbs. These bulbs are a micro mini grain of wheat. Grain of wheat seems to be a common small bulb, but the original bulb in this radio is usually about 2/3 to a half the size of the grain of wheat, and it is a 14 volt 40 millivolt bulb. So in most cases the aftermarket generic bulb is not a good replacement for it. These bulbs all come with colored condoms for the backlighting, usually a blue cover on them, and this blue cover will have to be transferred in many cases to the new bulb that you're getting. Again, see our website for the part numbers for the bulbs and where to find them, and that should help you with this one. I believe there are 6 bulbs on this radio, but we'll see exactly in just a moment. Now we have all these screws removed, and with our small flathead screwdriver, we're going to start at the top of the circuit board. There are little tabs that come up and come through the circuit board. Usually you can see them through the top. You can see the little piece of cardboard here. Sometimes we've seen on this radio the eject button for CD doesn't work, and usually when that has happened, when we see that, the problem is the circuit board is slightly pushed out or pushed back, so the button doesn't work. And if you come to the circuit board and just snap it back down into place, this can fix an eject problem. Now with our flathead screwdriver, we're going to pry the circuit board out of these little tabs, away from the tab and up. This will go for both sides, the left and right. And there are also 4 tabs along the bottom that we need to pry out of the face. This locks into the face along with the screws and so on. Now that we have that loose, you can touch up these solder joints much easier. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bulbs on the face. What you're going to have to do, see our website for the part numbers and where to order. I suggest replacing all 6 at the same time. Another problem we see with this radio is an erratic volume control, and usually while this is still in the dash and all together, you can remove the knob and somewhat spray into the little openings that's around the shaft. What you're attempting to do here is spray enough chemical in through the openings here, maybe possibly in through the green colored base, and rotate the knob. This may take 2 or 3 times to do, but in many cases this will also clean up the erratic volume control. Hope this video has been helpful. If you have any other repairs you'd like to see, let us know. See our removal guides on our website, and also part numbers for repair. Thank you for watching.